Hey guys, how's it going? So as you'll see in the last couple of videos, we got the car running, driving, happy, and just after that, we're gonna pull the motor out again. This stems from a couple of reasons. Most importantly, the valve, the number 7 intake valve or exhaust valve. Oh, sorry, number 4. The number 7, number 4, number 3. I grinded on a bench grinder. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering, like, why on God's Green Earth would you grind a valve with a bench grinder? Well, you're right. I should never have done that. But I did because I was lazy and impatient, and I wanted to make sure the motor was fine and was running right, and that the electrical, most importantly, the electrical in this car was completely cooked. We made a ton of repairs to all of it. And we really weren't sure if the car was even worth fixing any further past dropping a motor in before we got into the electrical. And as we kind of got the running gear figured out for the electrical and we got the motor to run, it ran like a top. We were like, holy crap, this thing is perfect. It runs great, you know? And same with the interior electrical. The interior electrical was freaking phenomenal. We were like, this is perfect. That's all we need. So it's after we figured out, oh, this electrical is actually pretty good. We decided to just give this car a complete restoration. Originally, we weren't going to paint it. We were just going to put a motor in it, fix some of the small stuff, and sell it as a running project. But we've decided to take it the entire way now, especially with how good the motor ran, how good the car drove. It's really a good car coming together. I think maybe you could say doubt in myself in the beginning, but either way, the reason why we didn't have the valve professionally ground is because it would have taken a week, and they wanted $100. And for a used valve, I don't see the point of spending $100 for that. And in addition to that, we could have had a new one, but it would have been $120, and it would have taken 2 weeks to show up. So in the end, what did we wind up going with? I wound up finding valves on eBay for $7 a pop. Some guy selling old stock valves that were listed under a different part number. They were ATE valves that are the same exact valve as a lot of other European VW cars used. The 924 also used this one. It's basically the designation for the Audi motor valve because this is technically an Audi motor. If you were looking for a valve for an Audi van or something like this, this is the part number you would use. The 924 has a different part number, although it's the exact same part, if that makes sense. So I found one of those. That's been ordered. It's been reinstalled already. I'll show that later. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and appreciate it. That's not how you're supposed to do it. It lived, it made it. Why would I do that, you might ask? That's really stupid, Malcolm. It is really stupid. I would have done it on another car, but this car we never anticipated it would have such put together electronics. We spent maybe a week messing with the electronics, and it runs great, drives great. I mean, we fire it up and it runs every single time. It has a little bit of a cold start issue, but I mean, I'm not too worried about that. That's the cold start or the auxiliary air valve messing with it, or maybe it's not getting enough fuel pressure on startup, one or the other, but something small like that. But other than that, it runs great. I mean, the only thing is the valve and then a paint job. The paint job's the big one. The motor was probably going to come out anyways for a paint job because you want to paint the entire car, including the engine bay. With that being said, though, that valve will drop. You grind it on a bench grinder, it will drop it. It takes the hardness out of the valve as soon as you add excessive heat to it like that, and bench grinders just, all they do is shave it off, so they're just building an insane amount of heat on it. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the hardness away from the valve, and eventually it'll crack. And what it'll do is it'll crack the tip off of it and drop the bottom out, and then you have a piston kissing the cylinder. So, we're going to start off with, we are going to start off with draining the fluid so coolant and oil will come out, and then after that I think we'll start taking away some of the spaghetti on top. We'll probably take the air box out along with the coolant box. We'll take this jug out for the windshield wipers, and then I'll disconnect the wiring harness there. We're gonna have to drop the exhaust again. So first thing we're going to do is we pull the plug on the starter and the alternator. It's down here. This guy right here. There should be a brick on the other side of it. We're currently in the process of rewiring this connector. We're waiting on the pins to show up so it doesn't have a brick. But that's the guy we're going to remove right there. Oh, right there. Bang. He ties into this guy. This guy's going to run your alternator, your starter, and give power to your ignition system to click it over. So, getting that disconnected, we'll take this up onto the valve cover so we don't lose it in the engine bay. All the time. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this starter wire. This isn't how you have to do it. Most people would probably disconnect it from the starter down below, but I'd rather not do that personally. I'd rather just push this thing through a grommet again. So I'm going to loosen that nut off and keep going. All this time. Next thing next, we'll probably drain the coolant out of this thing. Gonna be a little messy. It'll be fun. I'm sure it is.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Alright guys, so just a quick update on what's been going on. We have our fuel lines unhooked, have them wrapped up in the manifold over here. I'll probably pull them out of the way I'll probably zip tie them over here when I pull the motor out. But got those out of the way. Next thing is probably this coolant line here, or this coolant hose here, pull that guy. After that, we'll probably disconnect the distributor harness, and then we'll go back there and we'll disconnect the 2 water hoses for the heater box. Go in there, pump the heater box out, and then after that, I'm running out of things that are attached up here. I don't want to say that's everything, but it might be everything. Alright, well, I can't think of anything else that's down below. Start off with coolant. Disconnect all the coolant lines. Oh, got one in the front still. Get ahead of yourself now.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can